Getting a client to the finish line takes an enormous amount of energy. You guide them through weeks of showings, tense negotiations, and endless paperwork, all leading up to the final closing day. Then, without warning, a hurdle appears. A confusing number shows up on the settlement statement, a wire instruction looks strange, or a critical document is suddenly delayed. When that happens, your client doesn't call the title company to figure out what went wrong. They call you. Every ounce of their anxiety and frustration lands right on your shoulders, often while you are standing right in front of them. The traditional, opaque title process forces you to absorb all that stress. A hard-won successful sale quickly turns into a crisis that you have to manage entirely alone. To see what that stress actually costs, we have to look at the numbers. This chart maps the economic engine of an experienced real estate agent based on 2025 National Association of Realtors data. 20% of business comes from repeat clients, and another 21% from past client referrals. That combined 41% is the core of a typical agent's total revenue pipeline. A panicked closing experience actively severs this pipeline. Clients remember the final, stressful moments of a transaction far more vividly than the months of success that came before it. Your next deal is quite literally hiding inside the memory of your last one. A closing that goes badly can quietly end a relationship before it has a chance to yield a referral. Preventing closing day panic is the absolute critical mechanism for securing your future income. Ensuring a smooth finish protects your career longevity by keeping that referral pipeline intact. Top producers protect their pipelines by attacking the root cause of this panic: information asymmetry. That is the destructive gap where both the client and the agent are kept completely in the dark about what the title company is doing. The standard closing process breaks down when hidden anomalies appear. Things like a name on a deed that doesn't match the contract, a seller that operates as a complex trust, or an ancient lien that should have been released decades ago. In a typical setup, you are stuck waiting on a processor, guessing at the solution. Prime Title and Escrow fixes this by escalating hard files immediately to a dedicated real estate attorney. You get a clear, legally sound answer right away. Accessing a real attorney early acts as a crucial pressure release valve. It stops small structural complexities from growing in the dark and mutating into a closing day catastrophe. The primary trigger for client anger is almost always silence. When there are no updates, minor delays breed severe anxiety. Prime's timeline eliminates uncertainty. Each milestone logs the responsible party and flags risks. From title commitments to confirming payoffs and lender figures, exceptions are identified instantly. This real-time visibility continues through final execution, verifying funds, recording documents, and dispersing money. Because every step is logged with a clear owner and a deadline, you have 4 vital data points at all times: what is done, what is outstanding, who is responsible, and whether the closing date is at risk. This relentless, real-time tracking transforms you from a vulnerable shock absorber into a proactive guide. You deliver strategic heads-up to your client instead of waiting for a nasty surprise to land on your desk. For the buyer, all the heavy legal jargon and escrow mechanics create a terrifying black box of anxiety. They don't know what is happening behind the scenes, which makes them nervous. We dismantle that black box by translating the complexity. We explain exactly what title insurance does, how escrow protects their money, and what their closing costs actually cover, all in calm, plain language. When you proactively educate a client, you see a steep, immediate drop in panicked after-hours phone calls. They understand the process, so they stop worrying about it. An educated, fully informed client naturally remains calm. That effectively removes the emotional burden from the transaction, taking the job of stress management completely off your plate. With this transparent system in place, closing day looks completely different. All figures are confirmed in advance, and any potential roadblocks were dismantled weeks prior. There is no chaos to absorb. You stand beside a highly confident client whose only remaining task is the physical signature on the document. Executing this flawless, surprise-free final impression is a critical turning point. It is the exact moment when the client's relief solidifies into deep, unshakable professional trust in you as their agent. By mandating transparency and clear communication at the finish line, you protect your client's money for today, and you actively earn the referral that guarantees your business tomorrow.